In early 2012, did you receive some information about Chris Jones' potential involvement in drug issues?
Yes, sir, I did.
Well, what information, if any, did you receive, and from whom?
Checks from hearsay.
I understand.
On May the 7th, I received a phone call.
Well, what, you understand, what do you...
The objection is noted. If the mayor was...
I understand that. He's not a judge or an attorney.
That's right.
So I just preserve the way.
If you preserve the issue.
Thank you.
On May the 7th, I received a phone call from Micah Johnson. He is a vice detective with the Kingsport Police Department. I've known Micah for a while, and I've worked cases with him before. He used to be a reserve officer here in Mount Carmel, so I'm familiar with him and trust him completely. But he told me that in the course of an investigation they were working on, a narcotics operation, that Chris Jones' name had come up as one who was selling.
I object, Your Honor. I mean, that's totally improper. As a even without being a lawyer or judge, you understand that you can't prove facts or even allude to facts that have nothing to do with this case. That's just strictly hearsay.
Did that discussion lead you to commence an investigation into Chris Jones' involvement with drugs? Yes,
it did. Detective Johnston advised me of a conversation that had been recorded.
Objection again. See,
what I'm asking...
I'm going to testify to my personal knowledge of this. This is what...
Okay.
Personal... Judge, Your Honor, Mayor, I'm not being argumentative. It's so important that we as people don't become involved in things that have nothing to do with this case. And the point is, we're only here about one incident or a series of incidents happened here, not about what anything happened before at all. As a result of what he did, what did you do? That's the best way to ask him.
And if I can guide you in that direction. As a result of the information you had received, what did you do next as an investigator with the Mount Carmel Police Department?
I really don't know how to proceed with this without... the next day, I can testify to what I did, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The next day, myself, Detective Johnston, another investigator from the Kingsport Police Department, 2 TBI agents met with the District Attorney General in Rogersville to discuss the plan of action for this investigation.
Okay.
I was included in that. I was in the room. They asked my opinion. I told them what I thought, and we developed a plan of action to go from there as far as the investigation goes. As a result of the meeting with the District Attorney and the TBI agents, it was decided that the TBI and the Kingsport Police Department would carry out the investigation. Late March, myself and Chief Campbell sat down and talked, and we wanted to give Chris the opportunity to do the correct thing.
Objection. Correct thing. Objections. Cause for conclusion.
Okay. We wanted to give Chris Jones the opportunity to follow department procedures or to violate department procedures. So what we did, I talked to the TBI agents and the District Attorney's office and told them what we wanted to do. And what the plan was is that we have a DTF agent, we got one from the 2nd Judicial District, to come down and turn in property to Chris Jones. Chris was working night shift on Tuesday, April the 18th, or Thursday, I'm sorry.
I'm going to interrupt just a second. Explain DTF, but for those who may or may not know what that is.
Drug Task Force. Each judicial district has a drug task force. It's made up of members from each department within that judicial district. So the plan was that I, and this is my personal knowledge, was going to place 14 OxyContin tablets, and we have to use placebos because we cannot use, the real drugs. 14 OxyContin placebos, cash, some drug paraphernalia, and some tinfoil and some other items, a tourniquet, in a small zippered pocketbook. Put it in a jacket pocket. And we did this, I recorded the serial numbers on the cash, I photographed the pills, photographed everything in the pocket of the that we placed in the pocket. Once we did that, that did not leave my control until I met that evening with the DTS agent and Detective Johnston of the Kingsport Police Department. I turned that over to the DTS agent, Scott Reed. He pulled all the property out, verified that it was what I had cataloged, the cash, the 14 OxyContin placebos, the drug paraphernalia. In my presence and Officer Johnston's presence, he put it back in the jacket pocket and came to Mount Carmel. The plan was to turn it directly over to Chris Jones. The DTS agent come to the office. Kathy Painter was here. She wasn't part of the plan, but I told the DTS agent, you know, turn that in. So he turned it over to Kathy. I immediately called Kathy and said, whatever you do, keep that jacket in front of the video cameras. So we were able to preserve our chain of custody, and can say that based on, you know, my inventory, Detective Johnston's inventory, the DTS agent's inventory, Detective Reed's inventory, that jacket pocket contained 14 placebo OxyContin, cash, and drug paraphernalia when it was turned over to Kathy Painter. The next morning when I came in, I opened our temporary evidence storage, pulled out the evidence bag that Chris had placed the items in front of the video cameras, the security cameras there in the office. I did another inventory of the property. The cash was there, but only 10 of the 14 placebo OxyContins had been turned in as evidence. You know, that was 4 short. Based on that, I went in and pulled the security video from our security system and watched that and determined what had happened the night before when the property was turned over to Chris Jones. The important part of the video is coming up here. If you'll pay attention to Chris's left hand, he puts it up on the edge of the desk, and with his right hand, he will move the mouse. First, he'll use his index finger to appears to move one of the pills, and then he will use the mouse, move it twice with his left hand.
Just let them watch it, and then they can make their own.
Okay.
Where does Chris Jones' left hand appear to be in this photograph?
It appears to be cupped up on the edge of the desk.
Pills still there, aren't they?
He just slid them out in his hand.
No comments from the audience?
Wait a minute now, okay. We need to stop the film a minute. Stop it, please.
Sir?
I'm going to ask this meeting be totally adjourned, that was totally improper, that was absolutely uncalled for, and did not, I strongly suggest it didn't show that. This gentleman has nothing to do with this case. That's prejudicial to anything I've ever heard in my life.
Sir?
Wrong.
Mike, you need to leave, please.
Now, wait, Mr. Mayor, I don't know, I can't, I've been practicing law for 38 years, I don't think anybody, I'm not sure any statement like that could ever even be, cured.
This is an outburst from a member of the audience, and it does not automatically result in a mistrial, even in a criminal proceeding.
I don't believe we'd have a mistrial at this hearing, and I think that's probably true. Now, did what that man say, will that have any effect whatsoever on your decision in this case? Answer each of you. I would ask each of you to state your name and answer yes or no.
I'll ask Mr. Christian.
No.
Ms. Frost.
No.
Mayor. No, sir. Mr. Hale.
No.
Mr. Wolf.
No.
Ms. DeBoer.
No.
So, based on the investigation that had been conducted, I recommended to Chief Campbell. We talked about various, what we needed to do and how we needed to take the department, protect the citizens of Mount Carmel. And it was my recommendation that, Chris Jones be terminated. Later the following Monday on the 22nd, Officer Jones was working day shift. At the end of the shift, he and Chief Campbell and myself met in my office, and Chris was terminated.
specifically, what were the violations of personnel policies and procedures that you enumerated for Mr. Jones in his termination?
Policies and procedure, chapter number 6, disciplinary action, 6.10, possession or use or presence under the influence of intoxicating beverage or illegal drugs while on duty or on town property. The possession was the main reason behind that. 6.10.21, conduct unbecoming a town employee. That stems from all of the evidence not being turned in. 6.10.22, violation of the Constitution of the United States or the state of Tennessee, any state or federal law or regulation or any town ordinance. 23, any other act or failure to act that demonstrates the offender is unsuitable or unfit for employment with the town of Mount Carmel. And we had reason for that one too, but probably going to get an objection if I try to explain that one. In the police department, policies and procedure, A16, conduct himself in a manner unbecoming to a police officer and detrimental to the service. A17, commit any criminal offense. And A33, fail to report how violations of laws or ordinances.
That was known violation of laws or ordinances.
Yes,
Is that correct?
report non-violations of laws or ordinances.
Did you open the pill bottle?
Yes, I did.
And what did you find when you opened the pill bottle?
I found 10 oxycontin pills.
What you believe to be oxycontin pills?
Yes, what I believe to be oxycontin pills.
How did you determine that, sir?
Now, I looked on the internet, looked up the control number.
Does that explain what you were doing on the computer?
Yes,
The first time?
yes,
Obviously, you're on there more than once.
correct.
Now, do you have a picture from your SIM card of those 10 pills?
I do.
I will show you these two pictures and ask you if these are the pictures that you took on the video that was shown to the ladies and gentlemen of the board and the mayor after Mr. Raines gets a chance to look at them. You mentioned spilling pills. Tell the ladies and gentlemen of the board what happened.
When I went to collect all the pills into the bottle, I did spill some pills on the bottle into the floor.
It shows you moving a mouse, does it not?
Yes, it does.
And behind that mouse, what was located?
There was a couple more pills that needed to go into the bottle. Actually, more than a couple, but I'm not exactly sure how many.
Did they get in the bottle?
No,
What happened? What did you do?
they went into the floor.
All right. Did you get up and look at it?
Yes.
As
I got
shown
up,
there.
I bent over, picked them up. I'm very limited at the time on my maneuverability. Got up, bent over, put them in the bottle, set them back up there, recounted them, put them in the evidence bag.
All right. You yourself reported that you had dropped some pills.
Yes, I did.
You don't dispute that.
No, I do not.
It seemed to come as somewhat a surprise to these people over here, but you did tell them
Yes,
without question.
yes.
Now,
Not to Kevin, but to Mike.
correct. Did you attempt to look for them?
Yes.
Did you find them?
The ones I found, I put in the bottle and put back up on the desk.
Are those the ones you took a picture of?
Yes.
You're not hiding anything here. In other words, you're telling exactly what happened.
Yes.
Officer Jones, did you at any time steal any pills of any nature?
I have never stole any pills of any nature or anything else from that police department.
Did you take those 4 Oxycontin pills for your use?
No.
Or did you take them for any reason?
No.
Are you being truthful and honest here today?
I am being truthful and honest here today.
There's no proof in any of these photographs at what time they were taken, is there?
It's not like I took, I mean, it's on the video.
That's a yes or no question, sir. Is there any, and there's no time stamp on that?
No.
And there's no correlation to anything, any time frame in which those photographs may have been taken.
That is correct. There's nothing on those pictures.
So it could well be that 14 pills were there to start with, and you took pictures of 10, couldn't it? Just as easily.
No.
Why not?
It's on the video.
What's on the video? You can't see the number of pills anywhere on the video, can you?
Me taking the
Yeah,
pictures. is on
Mr.
the
Raines,
video.
let him finish the answer,
Okay.
I'll ask, I don't mean to be, you didn't let him finish.
Me taking the pictures is on the video.
Do that. Why would you run the risk of dropping them?
They're little teeny tiny things.
They're on the desk, and they're not moving unless somebody moves them.
That was a decision I made at that point.
Oh, okay. And after you put them in that bottle and screwed the lid back on it, a minute or 2 minutes later, you unscrewed it, poured them out again, and acted as if you were counting them a second time.
I believe that was after I come back up off the floor.
Yeah. So if you put them all in the bottle, why would you need to count them again? Did something happen when you took them down under the desk?
If you're alleging I took them, no.
Nothing happened.
No, sir.
Why would you take that bottle off the top of the desk?
Maybe because I had to have more support than just what my fingers could allow. Because I'm a heavy guy, my knees messed up. I
You're
put
sitting at the
pills
desk.
in the bottle, and I brought them back up to make sure I got them.
What do you think happened to those 4 pills?
I don't know if there was 14 pills in there, Mr. Raines.
Do you dispute that there were 14 pills in there?
Yes, I do.
So is it your assertion that Lieutenant Ewing is lying to this group?
I'm not going to comment about Mr. Ewing. Only thing I can tell you is I did not take any pills, period.